everyone, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review, this time with the Nestlé Toffee Crisp Orange Limited Edition. Yes. Wow, very excited for this one, very excited. Yeah, so quite a big fan of Toffee Crisp generally. You know, yeah, have been known to be one of my favourite bars, but I haven't had them for some time, I must admit. So, we'll see if time has changed anything. But of course, this one's the orange flavoured one, and I quite like the way that Toffee Crisp, the packaging has always been orange. So I quite like the way that for an actual orange one, they've had to make it a different colour other than orange. Yeah, so a bit of bit of interest there. Would you say that's ironic? I'm not sure. Maybe you would. Yeah, 4 bars. There we go. I think it is, isn't it? I think that's irony. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, it's something anyway. It's something. Yeah, so it's very nice. So you can see it's got the as well as the sort of colour orange. It actually is sort of replicating orange peel there underneath. So interesting. Yeah, so orange is the thing at the moment, isn't it? It has been the thing for well over a year now, basically. I think most chocolate bars, most companies have done some kind of orange product recently. It's just been the thing. It's just been the thing. So I do like orange flavoured stuff, but yeah, it is getting a bit crazy. I think I might have mentioned this before, but I remember someone, you know, was just near the checkouts of one of the supermarkets, and there's a massive display of chocolate, you know, about 5, 6, 7 meters long or something. Lots of repeats in there, but basically a lady was looking at stuff, said it's just all orange, you know, it's all orange in every single bar, you know, there's lots of repeats, but all different bars, there's loads of different types of just chocolate, but it was all orange flavoured, you know, so there's just so many, and this wasn't one of them, but this could be there now, you know what I mean? So there's so many of them, it's perhaps getting a bit too much really, but I am a fan of it, so, you know, but even then, I just do like a bit of variety. Banana chocolate, that's what we want, banana. I really hope that comes about soon, that takes off, but don't know if it will. But yeah, so there we go, so multi-pack bar this one, as you can see, 4 bars, so there we go, 4 bars. Nestlé, Rainforest Alliance. There we go, working with the Rainforest Alliance, support cocoa farmers and their communities. Yeah. So it's a bit sort of ambiguous as to just what that really means. I think it's just that Rainforest Alliance also tried to support farmers, so, you know, but the Rainforest Alliance does a lot more, so you have to be careful as to what the implications are of what Nestlé are actually doing there. So per 100 grams, 517 calories, which is, yeah, not too bad. It's below the middle of the 500 to 550 scale that chocolate generally has per 500 calories, chocolate bars. 27.7 grams of fat, 17.8 of which are saturates. And per bar, 160 calories, 8.6 grams of fat, 5.5 of which are saturates. Today's 4 servings, 4 bars. Said portion will be adjusted for children of different ages. Orange flavoured toffee, 23%, and crisp. Oh, there we go, crisp cereal, 10%. Filled milk chocolate, there we are. It says milk chocolate, it contains milk solids 14% minimum, and vegetable fat in addition to cocoa butter. It's got palm oil there, it's got coconut as well. Where is it? Oh, my finger, there we go. Palm, coconut and shea. Fat there. There's no obviously coconut fat in bars. Yeah. The ones I've seen recently anyway, it tends to just be palm and shea and sunflower, I think, but there we go. Yeah, interesting. Right, multi-pack bars, not for individual resale. Yes, I don't know if there's much more to say. 124 grams, 4 times 31. Yeah. Does add up. Don't recycle. I think it means this bar, not this pack, not generally. It's got to throw it in a bin. Simple as well. Yes, there we go, looks very nice. But yeah, I think we should give them an open, have a look at them individually, and yeah, see what's going on there. So let's give them an open. Okay, I'm going to give these limited edition Nestlé Toffee Crisp Orange an open. Orange Toffee Crisps. Yeah, so obviously it's the outer packaging first. You can see though there's a bit of flourishes going on here. You know, you could easily fit in another bar, I'd say. And we'll just do a rough measurement here, just to, you know, emphasise that. So roughly about 17 centimetres basically. I'll just do that again so you can see, hopefully, if you need to. About 17 centimetres. Depends on how you do it and where you do it. Do it near the bottom. Obviously, if I flatten it out, it would, yeah, about 17. Yeah, about 17. So I'll say 17 just for ease, but it's probably about 16.8, 16.9. Okay, so let's just open the outer packaging. We'll see. There we go. Right. Yep. Okay. There we go. So obviously, if we budge them along, just like you can see there, you could easily fit another bar in that, couldn't you? You know what I mean? So, you know, and kind of prove we don't want too much, but there you go, you can see, so you could easily fit another bar. I mean, you can see. You know, so that's what the flourishes do, you know what I mean? So you could have 5 in here, which is a bit rubbish. And there's still room left over for a bit more. You can see there's, you know, it's not a tight fit. It's clear you could fit 5 in there. Just a minute, I can't quite pick them out without moving them a bit, but you can see there, look, there's still a bit of space. Alright, let's have a look at them individually. I think these look great actually, look at this. I think these, yeah, I think the wrapping on this looks really nice. There's also flourishes at the top as well. I mean, you can see it's, you know, we could even go to that. Even go to that. I mean, you're probably better after it's out of the wrapper. But yeah, here's the sort of, you can see the height of the wrapper there. You know, and then, you know, if you bear in mind that this, you can see the bar there, the gap at the top, and then it'll be even smaller when you took out the wrapper. No, but I think the width one's the most telling one. The rest of it's kind of, you know, labouring the point too much. But yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, well, yeah, I think this looks really nice. I think, look at that. I like this colour scheme. I think it looks really good. That actually, I think that looks really good. Yeah, very happy with that. I think that looks really nice. It's a bit slightly darker in hand than it is on the camera, I think. It could depend on your monitor settings, stuff like that, but or whatever your phone settings, whatever you're viewing it on. But yeah, I think it's a bit slightly darker, maybe. But yeah, looks. I think that looks really good actually. I really like that wrapping. I think that's a good colour combination. It's not typical. It's quite rare. I don't think I've ever seen that colour combination before. In these particular shades. Or even these particular colours. I think it's really nice. I really like that actually. I really like that. None of these are any way, shape or form my favourite colours, but I think I just really like that colour scheme. Yeah, I think it's really good. Also, there you go. That's probably a bit more accurate. There you go. There, that's what it really looks like. That's the, you know, the proper colours. At least on my view back anyway, or view back or screen view back. Alright, well, let's give it an open then. Yeah, so very excited for this. I don't think, well, in fact, is there any more to say? I don't think there's much more to say. 31 grams. Just tells you a brief sort of thing about what was already on the other side. Got something of a trademark of Societe, products Nestlé, SA. I was thinking Nestlé SA was South Africa, but I don't think it is. I mean, it's not sure it is actually, but there we go. I don't know what that means, but there we are. Assume it's either limited or, you know, as in LTD, but in a different language, or yeah, not sure. Yeah, multi-pack bar, not to be sold separately. Yeah, all right, yeah, limited edition. Let's give it an open then. Very excited for this. Very excited. So yeah, let's do it. The time recording, I've done about 830 reviews, if not more. Yes, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I'll put a link to a place with all my other reviews and perhaps some other related ones. Yeah, if you like this video, I'll say after you've liked and subscribed, go check those out and hopefully enjoy those as well. So there we go, yeah. It's quite a flat bar, so let's move this away. Yeah, so quite flat. It used to be a bit taller than this, but maybe not. The checkerboard thing, tyre tracks on the bottom, and the conveyor belts. Let's give it a bit of a measure then, shall we? Got the old calipers here. Let's to go. 9.76, 9.8 centimetres. You squeeze it a bit tighter. Still about 9.7. Yeah, depends. 9.7, 9.8 centimetres. And the width is a bit knobbly at the sides, so we'll do it from a peak and a trough. And about 3 centimetres, let's just do it again. 2.9, so it depends, but it's roughly 2.93 centimetres. And the height, a bit flat on top. Just squeeging a bit, about 1.5. There we go, but as I say, could depend. Yeah, about one more on the end of 1.6 on the other side. Right, okay, so let's give it a bit of a chop then, see what it's like on the inside. So let's do it. Yes. Right. So yes, there's no picture of it on the front actually, which is unusual these days. You usually have a picture of some kind, but there isn't one to compare it to. There isn't on the individual wrappers either. Right. Yeah. Can't really compare it there. I mean, what's the actual description of these bars? Orange flavoured toffee, 23%, and crisp cereal, 10%, filled milk chocolate. Yeah, so see that there, just at the top of that box. It's basically, yeah, it's just orange flavoured toffee, it says. Yeah, milk chocolate and crispy bits. So, you can kind of see there. Let's have a look. Focus in. Yes, there you go. See sort of like a layer of possibly caramel or something on top. It seems that way on, or just underneath the top layer of chocolate. About there, the centre of my finger almost. Obviously you can see the Rice Krispie pieces. Yeah, looks an interesting one, and I guess it's just hard to say what it really is filled with, isn't it? It's, you know, it looks like, I don't know what it is, what you'd say it is, just sort of ground up crunchy bits, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean the ingredients are, let's say, quite low on percentages, I think. What it talks about, 23% and 10%. So assuming the rest is chocolate. So yeah, so 23% toffee, 10% crisp cereal. So that does leave, you know, yeah, 67%. You can see it in the top right there, left over. So I assume that's the chocolate. So I assume it's just chocolate mixed in the rest of it. But yeah, all right. Well, I don't get any orange smell or anything. Not really. I mean, maybe you could slightly detect something if you get close up. But you know, I don't think you'd notice it if you weren't looking for it, and I'm not sure I'm really getting anything anyway. So, well, does it taste of orange? Yeah, let's find out. Let's give it a taste. Excited for this. Let's do it. Okay, everyone, going to give this limited edition orange Toffee Crisp a taste, or Toffee Crisp orange, if you want to pronounce it that way. By the official way, maybe. Yeah, going to give this a taste. So very excited for this one. Toffee Crisp. It's one of those bars I really just seem to like. Really, I did do in the past. Not had it for some time. So a bit worried my opinion might have changed on it, because I did taste a sort of Lidl own brand one, and I was a bit unsure about that one, and so I wasn't sure whether it's just the Lidl one wasn't as good, or whether I just don't like Toffee Crisps as much as I used to. But I used to really love them anyway, either way, and hopefully still do. Yeah, so I'm going to give this one a taste. It looks very very nice and interesting. You can see there, hopefully if it focuses in, yes, got some, that's a layer of caramel on the top, or toffee, and that's possibly what's flavoured orange. You can see the Rice Krispie pieces in the middle, and possibly just filled with chocolate elsewhere. All right, well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Yeah, it's a lovely, distinct orange taste there. Quite subtle, but a lovely. What does it taste like? It's quite It doesn't taste a million miles away from the orange taste that you get in, say, the orange cream. I think it's called orange cream anyway. In Nestlé Quality Street, just has that taste. It's not quite as obviously that's sort of a fondant cream. It doesn't have the fondant side to it, but it has that sort of taste. So it's a bit on that side of the orange spectrum, really, orange flavouring spectrum. Not really much like a Terry's chocolate orange, you know. But there's lots of lovely crunch in there. Lots of lovely texture and taste, and the chocolate's not too bad. Yeah. Not very chewy. It's nice. I think the orange flavour, as I say, is a bit. I think the orange flavour in Nestlé Quad Street isn't that great. The one in the orange cream, whatever it's called in that. It's a bit too orange flavoured cowpole like for me, a bit sort of children's medicine. This one's not so bad. It's not quite as strong as that. But it's got lovely taste and crunch, lots of textures. Not very chewy though. I'm sure Toka's used to be a bit more chewy than this. It is nice though. I'll say, lots of lovely crunch. You don't really get much caramel. I'm just trying to determine if the caramel is what's flavoured orange or not. You could have seeped through there. I just tried to taste the bottom part of it. Obviously, it doesn't have the caramel. I think it's just in the top. Let's see. A bit messy. Maybe it's a bit hard to tell now. I'd say where much of it. at the whole bar there. Very quick. Yeah, I like this. I think it's I feel like it's not as chewy as I remember the Toffee Crisp being. I'm sure Toffee Crisp used to be quite chewy. Maybe not really. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But it's nice. I think it's pretty nice actually. I think it's definitely a lot better than I'll say that Aldi or Lidl own brand one I had, which just wasn't that great. It's pretty nice. I think the orange flavour is quite subtle, but it's there. Which is quite good really. I think it's not overwhelming in the product. I think it's pretty good. I think it's nice. I think it's a lovely crunch to it. There's not much chew there. I say the caramel definitely isn't as prominent as I remember it being. I'm sure it used to be a lot more chewy than this. Yeah, I don't know. But it's definitely a crunch there, a crisp. I'll say caramel, I guess you could say toffee, but it's the same difference really as far as this is concerned. It comes across as caramel rather than toffee, if that makes sense. Toffee for me tends to be a bit more chewy and soft. This one's like a sort of runnier texture. But yeah, it's very nice. I'm sure all over me now. On my fingers. I think the chocolate flavouring works well with it. I say I couldn't quite tell really where it was from. It seemed to sort of, it says it's the chocolate flavoured caramel, so I have to assume that's the case. I mean, I tried tasting it individually and things, but the caramel has sort of, I think it kind of, has gone through the bar really, but there's a main bit at the top. But I couldn't distinctly get the orange from the top as opposed to the rest of it, so I think it's kind of worked its way through. But again, it's in my taste buds at that time, what I mean? In my taste buds, well, it's I've got the taste in my mouth sort of. It might have just remained there from the previous bite, so it's hard to say at that point. If that makes any sense. Hopefully you understand what I mean. Never I've got chocolate around my face. I feel like I probably have, but I can't tell because the camera's in front of me. But anyway, so apologies for that if I have. But yeah, I really like this one. I think, yeah, it's not bowled me over as much as I was thinking it would do. I mean, Toffee Crisp for me has always been a very highly rated bar, and I feel like, I don't know, I really like crunchy bits in my chocolate bars as well, and I think, while this one has that, I just feel like it wasn't quite as chewy as I'd hoped. It was there just wasn't enough caramel really in it, or at least it wasn't as chewy as I remember it being. So it's quite crunchy and crispy, but it didn't. It went a bit too quickly in my mouth, and yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But it was still really nice. I still really liked it. The orange flavouring, it does add a bit to it. It's not the sort of be all and end all to the bar, but it definitely is it adds to it basically. It's not just the same but slightly different. I mean, it definitely does add to it. Yeah, I really like that. But as I say, I think the bit that's different for me is it's just not as chewy as I remembered it being. So I'm sure back in the day I gave this quite a high rating, and I think that's largely down to the fact that it just has a lot of chew and crunch to it. But this time the chews all seem to have gone. It seems to mainly just be crunchy bits, which is fine, but you've not got that extra chew as well, which I would like from the bar. So it's kind of, so while I do quite like the orange part, it's sort of brought up with that, it's kind of tuck away with the other part. I would lift this, it's just covered in chocolate. This hand, so try to keep it down there. But yeah, I think so why it's sort of given with one hand, it's taken with the other really. As far as I could tell, I don't know if it's a changing recipe or just me misremembering it. So that's kind of why. If it did have that sort of a bit more of the substance to it from the caramel or the toffee, caramel I'd say really, I think it would have a high rating, but as it stands I think it's just a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's a really nice bar, really nice. I really like the crunch, I really like the orange flavour. I think it's a good orange flavour. It's a bit different. It's not quite as extreme as it is in Nestlé Quality Street, which for me is just a bit too medicine like, a bit too sickly as well because of the fondant cream. This one works really well because it's in caramel and it's coupled with all the other things, all the crunchy textures and things. I just feel there's not quite the sort of toffee, caramelly, chewy texture in there. Not enough of it for me. And you could argue, well, it's got the crunch in, and it's meant to be like the crunch and or the crisp, which I understand. But I've always remembered having a bit of a more of a chew in it, and it doesn't really have it that anymore. Or at least like not that. Maybe I've misremembered it. As I say, one of those. But so. That's the only thing, but it's still a really good bar. Still, it's still a 4 out of 5, which is still a good rating, well above average. So yeah, 4 out of 5, really nice one. Recommend that one. Love the packaging as well. I really like those colours. Yeah, let's say, really, really nice looking packaging. I think. Really like that. I like that colour combination a lot. Yeah, really good colour combination. Not seen that before. Works very well for me. But yeah, 4 out of 5. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. Great to support the channel. Really, really is. Link for that's in the description. Yeah, as is the link for the Discord server as well. Great to keep in touch with myself and the community. Yeah, leave a like. I'll say leave a comment or free. Subscribe if you haven't already, I think, as I've already said. Yeah, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.